Alright, so the sheer quantity of this stuff that I have to go through, it's just too much. Especially given as I need money in order to do all of this shit. But meanwhile, all of my money goes into going from place to place to place to place, trying to find an environment that's conducive, a positive working environment. If there's people screaming at each other, it's not a positive working environment. It doesn't matter if they're not screaming at me. It matters that they're screaming. I do my screaming on Facebook. I do my screaming on video. Now, there's situations, especially more recently, the more bullshit I go through, the more I scream, the more I want my life to end. And then people want to get pissed off at me because I exposed their secrets. Well, maybe they should have told the truth. I saved the truth in screenshots. Unfortunately, my phone that I had when Natalie died, it got so full that I couldn't take any more screenshots. So there's a lot of stuff that I really need. It shows the bullshit that these people put me through. It's pretty important to get the stuff that Amanda and Lana pulled. It's not difficult to understand how fucked up a situation this is. And then so many people not keeping their word. So many people saying, oh, well, I'll listen to you. I don't need you to listen. Not if you can't do anything else. If you've already decided that you can't do anything else. There's a guy named Kevin Javon Hubert. And with all the shit that was going on, yeah, I really thought that he was the one passing information. See, here's the thing. All of the things that these people did to me is magically justified. But if I do those same things, you call it stalking. Meanwhile, the criteria for stalking are exactly what Ted Bollinger and Alicia Bollinger and their family were doing. Harassment and stalking. And they didn't like it back. Because of the harassment and the hatred towards me because of slander, a lot of people did a lot of fucked up shit. Now, I don't have that phone that I had when Natalie disappeared. I wish I did, because that had so much evidence in it. It's got Layla Johnson in it. It's got Shelley Campbell in it. It's got Danica Garner in it. It's got evidence of them phone calls that I made to the police when they ignored me. There is too much for one person to do. When Natalie asked for help from Tim Beeson and others, that wasn't considered stalking by you people. But when I asked Joanna Taylor for help getting this to stop, you guys considered that stalking, didn't you? I wanted the violence to end. I wanted the threats to stop. Now, I got proof with the messages between me and Kevin Javon Hubert that I was trying to fucking get an end to this. I was tired of being threatened, tired of having people threaten my family. I needed it to stop. The fact is, I needed help. Now I'm paranoid of everyone. And I scream a lot. Because people didn't bother to find out what the fuck was going on before passing judgment. And that's the problem with most of the people who threw money at me. It didn't matter to them. It didn't. They felt like them giving me money meant that they were entitled to tell me what to do and how to think and how to feel. Meanwhile, they don't feel that way. Amanda Engeline just spent most of the day texting back and forth with me on YouTube. Fuck that bitch. She can roast in hell. She could have decided to be a decent excuse for a human being. If I'd have had help forcing the cops to take my goddamn report, I wouldn't have had to put any of this on Facebook or YouTube. You guys magically justify everything that they did to me. But then you call me a bad person for doing it back when I had no other fucking recourse. The cops wouldn't fucking help. You have any idea how many people said, I'll help Sean, I'll help, and then fucking didn't? How many people treated me like fucking shit for things that I didn't fucking do? People telling me I gotta do it all by myself. With all due respect, fuck you. Natalie had a lot of fucking help destroying my life. I'm not gonna pretend to be fucking happy. And I'm not gonna keep your fucking secrets anymore. I'm not. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn secrets. I don't. If your secrets are the reason that I am being harmed, if your secrets are the reason that you can't come forward, I will expose every goddamn one of them. I don't give a fuck. The things that these people put me through, and my friends and my family, it's fucking bullshit. Why did Christine do the bullshit that she did? Because she was afraid of the fucking cops and because they gave that fucking heroin junkie free housing. You want me to say nice fucking things? I don't have a nice life. My life is nothing but fucking abuse and neglect. The people who should have been there for me weren't. People who tell me just to let it go, just let it go, just let it go. When I tell the truth about them, do they let it go? Fuck no. They get all sorts of pissed off. What's the difference here? First of all, I'm telling the truth. Second of all, nobody's fucking assaulting any of them. You should fear me. Ken Wilson and Leah Plunkett, I found my voice. And it's all I have left. Living in a vehicle, it's not the same as being homeless. Although I'm technically considered homeless, this thing right here, I put those things up on my windows. I got myself a container here I can pee in. So if it's nighttime and everybody's closed, I don't get a ticket. Do you know why I don't get a ticket for that? Because nobody can see me pee. Nobody. You see this thing right here? This is called a sleeping bag. If I was outside in Boulder, Colorado, this thing right here would cost me over $400 and 60 hours of community service for one night. People who get to talk to their friends and family every day, every single day, tell me how to feel about my situation. There are plenty of studies that prove the things that I say are correct. They are 100% correct. The problem is that I'm constantly going from place to place trying to find a safe working environment. And people don't understand that their habits, their addictions, send me into a fucking downward spiral where I am afraid to speak. All I can do is pace. Please, for the love of God, fucking listen to me. Everywhere that I went, these people, I have to listen to them because I'm in their environment. I don't have a safe environment of my own. When I was at Shannon's, she was nice to me. But you hear how Rick was on the phone with us last time. I wonder why that is. And Shannon's inviting me to go back to California. No, I'm not going to go live with Rick. And I'm not going to go live with Shannon. See, Rick don't like me because I was honest. And I'm fine with that. I'm not going to deal with him having a shitty fucking attitude. I'm not. Not for me being honest. Not for me showing the truth. Shannon should not have called me right after I made that fucking video fucking freaking out and then start talking over me immediately. Her words are important and mine are not. That's how it is when she's drinking. When she's sober, it's different. But when she's sober, it's during the day. When she's busy with other things. I can't make my phone calls during the day there. She asked me not to because she's afraid. She's afraid of getting her kids taken away if anybody hears them fucking getting screamed at. And it's not really them getting screamed at, it's mostly her daughter getting screamed at. And she's getting screamed at because she's throwing stuff all over the house and she's biting and pulling hair and things like that. I get that Shannon's embarrassed about that. And I get that she's embarrassed about her alcoholism. I get that. When I didn't do nothing but drink, I was embarrassed about it too. I didn't want everybody to know that I didn't do anything but drink all day. But my life sucked. And when I turned 21, I quit drinking. I was done with that shit. I tried meth for 30 days. I slept most of that 30 days. The things that I go through in my life because people don't want to understand autism. And the few people that do have to be afraid because they have children who are autistic. I exposed people on Facebook because I couldn't get anyone to go in with me to make a police report. The things that people did to me to try to make it out like they were victims are so fucked up. That's a big portion of the reason that I hate texting is because people will go out of their way to twist it into something that it's not. Shannon Alvarado is not a bad person. She's an embarrassed person. There's a big difference between what Amanda and Lana did and what Shannon did. There's a big difference. That's the problem. You can't help me if you're not honest. If you get embarrassed, if you're afraid or ashamed of things in your life, you can't help me. If you are screaming at your boyfriend When you're drunk, and you're drunk every night, it does give me major issues. But I understand that that's the alcohol. You're not trying to be vindictive, you're embarrassed. With Lana, she was intentionally vindictive. Same thing with Amanda. Same thing with her mom. I don't get to hear people's voices. And now when I talk to people, I do stream at most of them. Because it gets worse every day. Every day it gets worse. I started taking screenshots of our messages between each other for a good reason. Because people wouldn't come forward, but the truth is still in those messages. The truth of why I was so overwhelmed. The worst predators that I had to deal with were people who told me they loved me. I have to understand that they're afraid for their families. Candace had to be afraid of her family getting thrown out in the snow. Drama? You goddamn right it's drama. It's drama that I didn't want. It's drama that I walked away from. When I left Virginia, I blocked Natalie and Alicia on Facebook before I was out of the state. I blocked them on Facebook literally minutes after Natalie called me. And if it hadn't been for the harassment, the threats, and the assaults, I'd have never gotten back a hold of her. I'd have let her have her life. But when Maddie Boa went spreading around rumors in Boulder to her fucking customers, it destroyed my life. When the police were unwilling to talk to any of the witnesses, that fucked my life up even worse. They went out of their way to send me into a fucking meltdown by poking me with a stick and poking me with a stick and then treating me like shit when I react. How the fuck do you react to abuse? Do you say thank you? I was physically tortured, mentally tortured, psychologically fucking damaged by this bullshit. And then they damaged my goddamn pocketbook. Meanwhile, Ted took the money from Natalie's funeral and went on vacation to Boston. It's okay for people to take pictures of shit on my Facebook. And that's not stalking. But if I take pictures, it is stalking, right? If Natalie asks for help, it's not stalking. But if I ask for help, it's stalking, right? I was being assaulted for shit that I didn't do. Natalie was never assaulted over this shit unless her dad did it. I tried my best to help find Miss Natalie when she died. I didn't even know she was dead. Matter of fact, I didn't even know she was in the state of Colorado. I had to ask. Now the thing is, you guys want to go accusing me of making multiple profiles. There are hundreds of people who went around saying, oh no, this is one of Sean's profiles. That's one of Sean's profiles. So what? I've been spending the last 10 years of my life typing to myself on multiple profiles? You're out of your goddamn mind. Before Natalie died, I made two profiles to try to get the violence to stop and to apologize to Brianna Hernandez Cordona. Brianna is the woman I lost my virginity to. Fuck the rest of these people. Fuck them. Fuck their goddamn opinions. These people and their fucking opinions that were based on lies. These people did so much destructive goddamn bullshit. I had to do illegal shit to try to force an outside agency to take a look. I didn't want to go light a goddamn fire. Mandy Hughes couldn't go because she had warrants and she had kids to take care of. Who the fuck is going to take care of her kids? Huh? Katie Kate, she only set aside an hour for it, and I'm sorry that I was late to that. Miss Peaches, when me and Peaches went in, they gave us every fucking excuse why they couldn't take a report. I have to make an appointment with the state patrol to make a report. That's some goddamn bullshit. The state patrol office in Boulder, Colorado is a fucking fire station. Miss Peaches is literally the only one who actually went anywhere with me. The police need to have body cameras on at all times so that they can't lie like they did to me repeatedly. It's called entrapment and it's illegal as fuck. They took advantage of my technical inability to do all of this shit. Fuck all of you. Every one of you. We got people killing each other all the fucking time. It's because they're overwhelmed. It's because they're going through the same goddamn bullshit. Do you know why people pull out their cameras when the cops are there? Because the cops pull shady fucking shit. They're trained to do so. People pull out their cameras because those cops are not required to wear body cameras in most places. And because you need special requisitions and a goddamn lawyer in order to get that stuff. And if you don't have any money, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Them people in Clearview, I fucked them up. You goddamn right I did. I was trying to make a fucking police report. And they forcibly injected me with drugs. Fuck you! How the fuck are you going to react to being assaulted and forcibly injected with drugs? Huh? They did everything in their fucking power to prevent me from making a police report. And you say it's got to be in jurisdiction? No, the fuck it doesn't! I looked it up! These police who said that they can't because of jurisdiction are fucking liars! I looked it up and I posted it in Boulder Rights Watch! From the FBI! And not just the FBI. When an officer tells you that they can't take a report from you because it's out of jurisdiction, you get on that goddamn website and you show them son of a bitches that they're liars. I called them liars to their fucking faces. Because these are human rights that I am after. Rights for all human beings. You Christians want to hate on all Muslims like they're evil? Fuck you! They're human too! You white people want to down on black people? Fuck you! They're human too! All of you son of a bitches proved all of the things that I've been saying for years! Natalie did a good thing by dying. Do you know why? Because her death proved all of these social bias. All of these things that you judge the innocent by. Because they're broke. Because they're homeless. Because they're not good looking. Fuck you!